What's up YouTube, PokePrimer here, primarily to deliver you our team builder for the PFL Major League Week 2. This week we are taking on Adam and the Manchester Murkrows. The competition in this league is just going to keep getting tougher. So, definitely looking forward to this. Sorry if I'm a little bit quiet. I had to move the mic a little bit closer to my mouth here. It might sound a little weird, but it is currently 1:30 in the morning, and my family is sleeping. My mother directly below me, my sister right at the bottom of the stairs. So yeah, I gotta be a little bit quieter, but I needed to get some of these done so that they were done and out of the way. So, but regardless of that, Adam has a really good team, really well built team. I think, in my opinion, very well put together. A couple flaws, but I'll go over those when I get there. But his team consists of Landorus Therian, Sylveon, Mega Beedrill, Salamence, Metagross, Gastrodon, Torkoal, Quagsire, Ambipom, Hitmontop, and Delphox. Now, overall, looking at his team, it's really well built. Good mix of offense and defense. Lando T is great in the format. Mega Beedrill is terrifying offensively. Sylveon is an amazingly good, bulky fairy. Salamence is a monster, very hard to prep for. A couple things I don't like is having dual water ground types in Gastro and Quagsire. I don't really see the need for that. Torkoal as a rapid spinner and a fire type when you have Delphox and Hitmontop as well. Kind of don't see the point in that. Hitmontop is a much better and more reliable rapid spinner in my opinion. And if he does bring a rapid spinner, I do see it being the Hitmontop, in all honesty. But who knows? We'll see what happens. But yeah, we have that squad to deal with. It's going to be a pain in the ass. But I think we can handle it. So without further ado, let's get into our team. First thing we're going to be bringing is our Manaphy again. Manaphy is a fantastic Pokemon, hard not to bring every week. This thing actually is built very specifically this week. We're running a moveset of Scald, Ice Beam, Energy Ball, and Tail Glow. With this coverage, we pretty much can hit and kill or 2-hit KO everything on the team, especially after getting up a Tail Glow. Energy Ball will take care of the Quagsire and Gastrodon, which both would try to switch into our Stab, because one has Water Absorb, one has Storm Drain. Ice Beams for the Mence and the Lando, and then the Scald is pretty much just for Stab and hit everything else on the team. So that it's really standard, but with 100 defense EVs and a bold nature, we guaranteed live 2 U-turns from a Mega Beedrill. I'm 90%, yeah, 2 U-turns, 2 Poison Jabs. We live any 2 hits from a Mega Beedrill, so we can easily so that's really good. So we can take a hit from the Beedrill. I predict a situation where Manaphy and Beedrill are in the same situation. Beedrill goes for a Protect, as it normally would, to Mega Evolve. Either Protect or U-turn, or something along those lines. And I can get a free Tail Glow up, and then at that point I can just click moves and nuke things as they come in, which would be really good. Put max HP and the rest into our special defense, just so that this thing is overall bulky, can take the hits, and dish out the damage as well once it gets Tail up. So this thing's really dangerous, really tough to deal with. I'm really terrified, honestly, of Manaphy. Like, if it was against me, I'd be terrified of a set like this. You know, a good mixture of bulk and offense is really, really terrifying when it comes to a Pokemon. And Manaphy provides us just that. So that's going to be awesome to use. And hopefully Manaphy can pick up a kill or two in this matchup. I'm really, really looking for it to do well. The next Mon we are packing is, I believe, making his debut this season. It's Rafiki. Rafiki the Simisear. Rafiki is such a good Pokemon. Such a good Pokemon. It really is. It has so much potential, and there's nobody ever wants to realize it because he's just a Simisear, you know? He's just a Simisear. But, we're rocking a moveset of Fire Punch, Gunk Shot, HP Ice, and Grass Knot. Max Speed, Max Attack, with the 2 remaining 4 here going into our HP and Special Attack. Rafiki here is a very, very awesome mixed attacker. Having base 98 stats in both of its offenses, it's really, really useful. And having base 101 speed allows us to outspeed those base 100s that are a huge pain in the ass. And, yeah, so that's cool. So, I figured the only thing that could potentially outspeed us, and if he brings it, cool, would be a Scarfed Delphox. But a Scarfed Delphox can't do all that much to us. So in this case, with the Scarf, with us outspeeding Mence by 1 point, we'll outspeed that thing. We can hit that thing with an HP Ice and blow that thing away if we really want to. We have the Fire Punch. We will outspeed the Mega Beedrill every single time. We can KO that thing with the Fire Punch, which is awesome. We have the Gunk Shot. We can hit the Sylveon with a Gunk Shot. That would be even cooler. Hitting Sylveon with a Gunk Shot would be great. And then we have the Grass Knot for the Gastrodon and the Quagsire, which neither of them are going to appreciate it. So, very standard, very, very, very simple for Simisear here. It's with the Scarf and everything, it's going to come in, see something it wants to kill it, and get out. That's pretty much the whole goal with Simisear in this matchup. It's very, very simple, but very, very effective. Simisear is a very, very slept-on Mon, and I feel like a lot of my opponents this season are going to be overlooking Simisear. Definitely overlooking it for the simple fact that it's so good. It's just so good. But so underwhelming in a lot of other cases. You know, there's so many other fire types that do its job better, but when it comes to this format, it's Mons like this that have those little gems, you know, that base 101 speed, little gems that are going to shine and do crazy things, like potentially dominate in this matchup. So hopefully Rafiki can put in some work. I can make this thing look good when Smogon's format can't do it. Next up we have Tornadus. Tornadus Incarnate's coming in this matchup, rocking that Life Orb. We're packing a moveset of Air Slash, Grass Knot, Dark Pulse, and Tailwind. Running just enough speed to outspeed the Delphox by 1 point. Also rocking that max special attack, and the rest going into our HP. Air Slash is going to hit that Mega Beedrill real hard. Like, we're also going to hit that Hitmontop. We need something to hit the Hitmontop if he brings it. It's going to be a huge threat if he does. You know, it's a pain in the ass spinner to deal with. I don't want that spinner sitting there doing its business, so we're going to have to kill it. That's pretty much the goal, is just kill it. So we're going to do that. Grass Knot is for the Quag and the Gastro. We wanted to kill those things as fast as possible. Dark Pulse is for that Delphox that we are outspeeding. It's also there to help us as a way of killing the Metagross. Metagross is a huge pain in the ass to kill. If he builds a certain spread of Metagross, it's going to be a huge threat to our team. So hopefully we can be able to handle that appropriately. And the Tailwind is there as a potential situation for a last-ditch effort. If I see that we might end up dying, if we see a potential chance where we either might die or something like that, I can hopefully go ahead and hopefully go ahead and get the tailwind off so that the mons we bring in afterwards can outspeed the entirety of my opponent's team and potentially finish off the match or revenge kill appropriately, which would be really, really cool. So that's going to be our Tornadus. Next up, we're rocking Boy the Jolteon once again. Flame Orb Quick Feet combination. Quick Feet Jolteon is just, it's so good. It's really hard not to use in some cases because it does work so well. We only have to invest 172 speed EVs and to outspeed the Delphox. The rest all goes into HP and special attack. We want to max out that special attack with a modest nature, so we're going to hit as hard as possible. This Jolteon is terrifyingly good. We're rocking Volt Switch, Thunderbolt, HP Grass, and Shadow Ball. Volt Switch and Thunderbolt are going to be our main moves for this matchup. We're just going to spam the hell out of those, depending on obviously what we see on the other side of the field. We can spam the hell out of it and not really worry too much. If there's a Lando T, we can hit that thing with a Shadow Ball. It's not going to appreciate the Shadow Ball too much. If it's not Assault Vested, I don't actually think it takes 2. I think we can 2 KO it with the Shadow Ball. I'm not sure. I think it may be a 3 KO because Lando T is kind of bulky, but I don't remember exactly what the calcs were. But regardless, it's not going to appreciate the Shadow Ball. And then we have the HP Grass for the Quagsire or the Gastrodon. If I don't see both of them coming, I think that'd be really stupid if he did bring both of them. But just in case, you know, it's there. It was really hard to decide between HP Grass or HP Ice in this match, but I feel like Landorus. I have things that can switch into Landorus that I'm not worried about. Leaving Jolteon in against Landorus to take those hits, or to potentially fire off that HP Ice, I'm not really worried about it. I'm more worried about the Gastrodon or the Quagsire because they can be switch-ins to a good portion of our team. You know, they switch in very easily to Rafiki if I'm scarfed into something that is not necessarily good against them, or good switch into Manaphy if they don't realize I have Energy Ball. You know, in some cases they could be good switch-ins to a couple of our members of our team, and I don't like that, so I want to be able to take those guys out as fast as possible. So that's our Jolteon right there. Jolteon's pretty powerful, amazing, good boy. Next up we have Queen Latifah, Nidoqueen Latifah, rocking here with the Black Sludge and the Sheer Force. Fully physically defensive set this week. Looking at the opponent's team, the Mega Beedrill, we got the Landorus is going to be hitting us really, really hard. We want to be able to at least take 1 hit from the Landorus. We want to be able to at least take a hit or 2 from the Ments. Maybe be able to take a hit from the Metagross. You know, a lot of things on my opponent's team have the chance to be hitting us physically. Ambipom, Hitmontop, Psyshock from Delphox hits us on the physical side. I want our physical bulk to be as much as possible. The only things that I could really see hitting us specially would be either the Gastro, the Torkoal, or the Sylveon. And the Sylveon's going to be hitting us with Hyper Voices, most likely. So we can definitely take a Hyper Voice, even without being specially invested. This is going to be our Stealth Rocket this matchup. I decided to bring Stealth Rocks on Nidoqueen this week, just to alleviate Kecleon and allow him to do other things. Yeah, spoiler alert. But we have the Stealth Rocks. We have the Sludge Wave for the Sylveon, specifically so that we can hit that thing. We have the Ice Beam for the Lando and the Ments. And then we have the Earth Power. Earth Power does a lot to a lot of his team. The Torkoal, which is a potential spinner that could come. The Metagross and the Delphox. None of them will appreciate the Earth Power. So if I can get Earth Powers off against those guys, that'd be really, really great. And then I could, you know, kill them, and Nidoqueen can bulk the hits and do the damage. Nidoqueen's really, really good at what it does. It comes out, it bulks hits, it kills things, and that's pretty much about it. And I'm really, really happy to have Nidoqueen on the squad. The last Mon we're going to be bringing this week is Camo Blamo, the Kecleon. Camo Blamo is going to be Assault Vested this week. Looking at my opponent's team, got a decent amount of special attackers. Delphox Delphox, Quag, Gastro, Torque. Ments can bring special moves. Sylveon, I want to be able to tank those hits like a champion. I know I'm not going to tank physical hits. Base 70 defense is not going to tank those hits very nicely. So we're going to go max HP, max attack, adamant nature, put the last 4 into special defense so we can be a complete special tank. We can switch this thing in on pretty much any special hit, period, and not worry about it. And obviously we have the priority in so we can get stab on everything. Stab fake out, of course. Get that free damage on just about everything, which is really, really cool. It's free damage. Stab knockoff is going to be really, really good against this team. Metagross doesn't. It causes Metagross not to be able to switch into us. It causes Delphox not to be able to switch into us for fear of that stab knockoff coming down hard on them. We have that Ice Punch here for the Ments and the Lando. If that can be revealed at some point, it scares the Landers and Ments from switching into us as well. And then we have Rock Slide as our last move, because things like the Torkoal, there's the Delphox, there's also the Ments and the Beedrill. Beedrill is another thing. We can take a hit from the Beedrill, and we can hit that thing with a Rock Slide and take it out. That'd be fantastic. But yeah, that's going to be our squad for the PFL Major Leagues Week 2. Hopefully we can remain successful up in the Major League and prove that we do deserve to be here. You know, we did just come in as a replacement guy, which kind of sucks, but, like, I guess it's not that bad. But, like, it kind of sucks that we came in as, like, a replacement, sort of. But at the same time, it's like we were chosen to do this, so, you know, let's show them that we actually, you know, deserve to be up here in the Major League. That we're not just some scrubs that are going to get bodied just because we came up from the minors. But that's going to be the squad. Quick run through. Manaphy, defensive with Tail Glow. Scarfed Rafiki, Life Orb Tornadus with Tailwind. Quick Feet Boy. Black Sludge, Sheer Force, Bulky Latifa. And AV Camo Blammo, we're coming in for the win. We're going to go for it. Pyrite Piloswines are looking to go 2-0 here in the PFL Majors. Stay tuned for the match, guys. Until then, I'm Poke.